Hello, my name is John. This is part 3 of my story with primary progressive multiple sclerosis. A lot has changed since the 2 months since my last video, but my wife has told me I'm too wordy in these videos, that they're too long. So I'm going to try to make it shorter. My work situation has changed. I had to end my employment at Home Depot on November 15th, 2014. Didn't want to, but my ability to do my job was constantly fluctuating. When I wake up in the morning, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. I might have a day where I'm able to stand for 20 minutes and do what I have to do and get done with what I had to get done. And there are other days where it may be 5 minutes and then I got to take a rest and sit down. So that was really difficult to do my job when it was fluctuating so much like that. I just really have no idea what I'm able to do when I wake up. And I was at work and I was having to leave early a lot because of the fatigue and the pain. And the pain is equivalent to if you were holding up a bucket of water. Let's say your arm is outstretched and you're holding up a bucket of water. You know, eventually your arm will start shaking, it'll start burning, and you'll have to put it down because of that pain. So that's the same kind of pain that I felt in my legs and really my whole body. So it was too hard to focus on what I needed to do at work when I'm feeling like that. You almost need to just lay down and rest for a while and then reset. Now I had mixed emotions about quitting. I didn't want to. I liked my job. I actually liked going to work. But I am also relieved that I won't be going through that torture anymore. So, to give you an update, my decline physically continues. Turns out my neurological symptoms have been there longer than I thought. I found a Facebook post clear back in April of 2013 where I was complaining about my leg being asleep all the time. So that's over a year and a half ago that I've been having problems with my legs. Now I've been using a cane off and on to steady myself since the middle of October. I'm very unsteady when walking, especially if I'm tired. And in fact, I've been falling down quite often. And I fall down probably a couple times every day. In fact, here's a bruise. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a bruise right there. It's like right through here. But that's a pretty big bruise, you know. I mean, that's one of the times that I fell down. I have bruises all over my body. Generally, they're not that big, but that was a particularly hard fall. But it is my fault that I'm falling because I don't use a cane all the time. I should, but especially when I'm in my own house, I don't use a cane. It's frustrating. It's inconvenient, but I probably should use one all the time. Now, new symptoms or things that have become more predominant lately. MS, you know, can affect your lower body, of course, your legs. It can also affect your upper body, and it can affect your brain. Well, I had gotten used to my legs being affected, you know, and that thought, you know, but at least I still had my arms and I still had my brain. I had gotten used to that concept, you know, but lately I have also been getting the feeling like my left arm is falling asleep. And that is very scary to me because I know where that goes from there. I've also been losing dexterity in my hands. I used to be really good with my hands, and now they're very clumsy. And you know, if I'm doing something delicate or anything like that, it's very frustrating because they don't want to be as precise as they once were. So yeah, it is very scary to me to think that I might also lose my arms eventually. But I'm going to steal a quote from Scarlett O'Hara that I can't think about that today. If I do, I'll go crazy. I'll think about that tomorrow. Now, I've also been having some brain and cognitive issues. For instance, you know, I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses, so I wear a necktie all the time. You know, whether it be in the ministry or going to the Kingdom Hall. You know, you put a necktie on, you dress up. Well, there was one time I was getting ready, and I couldn't remember how to tie my tie. It's the weirdest thing. It was like for 5 minutes it's like my hands didn't remember what to do. There's also been times where I've been out and about and I forget where I'm at and what I'm doing. Those usually only last for 3 seconds or so, but they're 3 seconds filled with like panic. You're like, whoa, oh, okay, that's what I'm doing. All right, so but it's a really really weird feeling, and it's unsettling a little bit. Now I've also been having problems with my eyesight. That's another thing that MS can affect. My left eye has been bad since I was young, since I was very young, so that I'm used to. But my right eye was perfect, and now that's also deteriorating. Things that I could see a year ago, I'm not able to see now. So I have an appointment to an eye doctor. I'm going to try to get some glasses. Hopefully that'll help. That could just be that I'm getting older. That might not have anything to do with EMS, but I think it probably does. So that's all the bad news. That's the dismal news, but not everything is dismal. Now I'm going to end with the good news. I've been getting help from a lot of people. In fact, my former coworkers, 4 of them, came out here. Scott, Dave, Tammy, and Nick. They came out here and spent 7 hours of their own personal time helping me with the house. My daughter's moving back. She's going to have an apartment downstairs. We've had to take the computers that were downstairs and put them up here in her old room. That's why I'm sitting in a pink room right now. But you know, they came out here and spent 7 hours of their own personal time to help me down there. And they got done in one day what would have taken me weeks to do. So I'm eternally grateful for that. I mean, that was such a huge help. You know, people at my Kingdom Hall and congregation have also helped me and been there for me. My family, you know, are doing things for me. And it's like they pulled together and are, you know, working together and helping me. And, you know, of course, my wife is killing it. She is doing an amazing job, and I love that woman. She is a good woman. In fact, there are times when I really want to get depressed and get down and feel sorry for myself. But these people that are in my life will not let me. They won't let me get like that. They keep showing me positivity. They keep showing me compassion. And they keep showing me that they care. And because of that, I will not get depressed because they're showing me positive things. So for that, I'm eternally grateful. I'm not only grateful for what they actually have done for me, but I'm grateful for the mindset that they have given me. In fact, I feel more upbuilded now and more positive now than I think I ever have. So for that, like I said, I can only just say that I'm grateful and thank you. But that's my update.